Stamp duty currently acts as a deterrent.
People were very frustrated by stamp duty, and when cuts were made to stamp duty under Theresa May, that was one of the most popular policies that we ever enacted at the time.
35% of people would move if they didn't have that.
More and more people have been locked out of the ability of owning a house, particularly those on the lowest incomes.
They're not having to raise this big extra lump of cash, so it's kind of helping them get on the ladder a bit more easily. And if one of the reasons people aren't moving out of these homes is because of a tax, then it's kind of clear that that tax is wrong.
By removing stamp duty, we'd see more properties bought and sold. That would have an economic benefit to the degree of over £3 billion.
So when we're kind of looking at property taxes, the two major ones in the UK are council tax and a stamp duty land tax. So that's the tax you pay when you have to buy a property, and it's a sort of terrible tax because it hits you when you're already kind of paying a huge amount to buy a property, then suddenly have to find this sort of lump sum that you need to pay the government. And what we've kind of learned through kind of the English Housing Survey is that 35% of people would move if they didn't have that. And by moving, they free up bigger houses for families that are maybe trapped in smaller houses.
But it's more than that. It also gets at the sense of fairness. It's that sense of, well, hold on, I'm trying to go up in life. I'm trying to, buy a house for the first time. I'm trying to, get a new house for my new family. And they currently feel that there is a tax on that aspiration. So having that removed is popular not only because people save more money, but they also feel it's the right thing to do.
Property transactions fell by 50% in May. House prices have fallen for the first time in 8 years. And uncertainty abounds in the market. A market we need to be thriving. We need people feeling confident to buy, sell, renovate, move and improve. That will drive growth. That will create jobs.
So we know that house prices have risen a lot faster than consumer prices and a lot faster than the incomes and the wages that people are earning. That means that housing has become an increasingly important asset since the 1970s and through two major booms in the early 2000s and after the 2008 to 2009 financial crisis. House prices really spiked. The amount that someone pays for a house has massively gone up compared to their income and their wage. What that means is that more and more people have been locked out of the ability of owning a house, particularly those on the lowest incomes. They're stuck in a system where they're having to pay higher and higher rent with very little chance of them ever owning a house.
And the issue about stamp duty currently acts as a fetter, a deterrent to people either moving up, young people buying a bigger house, if they have children and they need more space, and older people downsizing, from a family type house into a bungalow.
We're not kind of expanding the supply fast enough, so it's important that the supply we do have goes to matching the right kind of size households to the right size homes. And if one of the reasons people aren't moving out of these homes is because of a tax, then it's kind of clear that that tax is wrong.
People were very frustrated by stamp duty, and when cuts were made to stamp duty under Theresa May, that was one of the most popular policies that we ever enacted at the time.
So with effect from today, for all first-time buyer purchases up to £300,000, I am abolishing stamp duty altogether.
Stamp duty is another part of the equation, but it could be addressed by replacing council tax with a flat rate property tax, and it would also give us the opportunity to get rid of stamp duty.
For those who are renting, they're kind of getting rid of the stamp duty if they can then kind of get themselves into a position where they can buy. They're not having to raise this big extra lump of cash, so it's kind of helping them get on the ladder a bit more easily.
And particularly in a world where we have an affordability of housing crisis, we have a need for more homes to be built, we have a need for that market to grow. I think many voters feel that that is a barrier to that as well. So certainly there is that appetite to see it removed and to see a new alternative come in.
By removing stamp duty, which we think gums up the housing system, we'd see more properties bought and sold. That would have an economic benefit to the degree of over £3 billion.
Because the introduction of a proportional property tax set 0.48% of the value of the property, that would also include, suggestion is, the abolition of stamp duty. that the revenues from property tax would cover that, and then you wouldn't have this impairment to the market that currently exists because of stamp duty.
And we don't just want to see stamp duty cut a little bit, we want to see it go all together. And ideally, we want to see a new system in place. And that's why you see the proportional property tax doing so well in these figures.